Bitcoin has finally gone for an amazing breakout. Matter of fact, this was nearly the perfect breakout as to what we mentioned over the past couple of days. As we stated before, this was one of the most important, one of the most crucial, and one of the craziest Bitcoin consolidation phases we have seen in a good while. And as I stated in yesterday's video and a video from I think 2 days ago, I think in that video I said 48 hours, and yesterday I said it's happening now because there were many signs pointing towards it. We are now seeing a final breakout here with a target of $83,000. Some are pointing out towards 86, some are pointing around levels around the 85. Let's just say $83,000 plus, with the only annoying hiccup, of course, being the Bitcoin all-time high. And one thing I want a lot of you guys to realize is just how quick a move towards $100,000 could come from here if we actually do manage to breach the previous all-time high. Just for reference, this is the 2021 run, and we've stated multiple times that the price action we're seeing right now is very similar to the price action we saw right here back in the beginning of, or the end of 2020, the beginning of 2021. Why? Well, because we breached an all-time high, kind of got stuck there, kind of went a little bit volatile, but broke out afterwards with some crazy movement. And you have to understand, this is where a lot of the price action was at, right? A lot of the volatility, well, at least at the time. In hindsight, it really wasn't actually that volatile. But the moment it broke through, which we consider to be this candle right here, let's just quickly see here throughout the days. We can see that over the next week, it went up roughly, see here, 25%. Over the next, what is this? 2 weeks though, it was up roughly 80%. And let's just quickly zoom out a little bit further. Over the next, I'm gonna say 2 months, it was up 150%. And over the next, let's just consider this to be the start right here. Over the next, yeah, you get it, like 80 days, it was up roughly 166%, and it just kind of kept going for a little bit right there. But all we need to go to the all-time high levels here, or sorry, $100,000 is basically a 35% move, which last time that this happened, let's just take it broad here at 42% or so. Last time it happened took about 8 days after the all-time high levels were cleared and the run finally started. And so anybody saying $100,000 must be so far away, you might be surprised at just how quick it can go. It could literally be here within a week. Now, obviously, we're not completely in the clear. Today is the first day of a week, and the week actually didn't end that positively. Matter of fact, we ended the week within the triangle. This is the first breakout candle. There's still, of course, a chance that we do not actually confirm it and just come crawling right back down to then try breakout again. But this price action that we're seeing right is just a really good sign because we already went over the previous tops right here. But anyway, if this breakout actually does confirm, I'd say indeed a target of $83,000 plus is not that weird here. It's kind of funny how our 15-minute candles also played out nearly perfect to our expectation. And it kind of brings it to the point just how bullish the underlying narrative is with, of course, the halving coming around. And so it's not really time to play games anymore. Where a lot of people are still hanging on to the thesis of, okay, perhaps people are pricing in the halving. Even if that were to be the case, the absolute, in my opinion, worst recovery, or I guess correction we could see is roughly 33%, with the upside, of course, being way more logical. And if we zoom back, it still would just make sense to actually just go long only in an environment like this, or if we're looking for some shorts to actually do it within a grid bot, or I guess grid targets between, let's say, for example, 85K and perhaps, let's say, 68,000. On an opposite end, many altcoins seems to be bottoming out against Bitcoin. And even though here, I don't really want to talk about altcoins too much, it's been a long time since they really popped off. Matter of fact, over the longer term here, we really have not seen altcoins go parabolic, go too crazy, and it would make sense for a move to get started the moment that Bitcoin indeed passes its all-time high again, which it's kind of on course to do now, as it just got back to 72,000, one of the highest levels ever recorded. And I think many people are also forgetting just how massive the price usually moves in a very quick amount of time. Like I just described in the 2021 run, we could be at $100,000 within just like 8 days or so. Don't forget that. Things can move fast in a bull market. And even if you take a look at some other just really interesting altcoins like Dogecoin, for example, right now we are so far away from an all-time high on coins like that. And as I've stated before, I think many of the just general altcoins in the top 100 are going to be trillion-dollar coins, or at least hundreds of billions, you know, just putting up a little higher standard for the top 10 of cryptos, let's say. And right now, the biggest non-top 10 altcoin is $18 billion. Relatively still, it's nothing. And I will tell you once more, guys, just zoom out. and realize for yourselves that yes, it's volatile. Yes, there are corrections every here and there, but we've seen a correction definitely not too long ago that was really, really proper. And right now, just on our tangent upwards, we're on a positive tangent, I should say, on our way upwards. Of course, though, the bots are still running quite solid. Haven't really changed too much about the strategy, but let's quickly take a look at how this is coming along. We're right now in 8% worth of profit in roughly 6 days. So our 1% a day target has been achieved pretty nicely, a little bit more than expected, actually. And again, if you've not got an account yet for OKX, check it out with the link down below, because that's the main exchange I use for all this. But I also use Bybit. You can also check it out with the link down below. You get massive bonuses actually for signing up, so don't forget about that. And last but not least, I'll quickly warn you that we have got ourselves the inflation numbers in the US coming out over on Wednesday. Sometimes this may bring some volatility with it, but generally speaking, this is still the line to follow for Bitcoin. And wow, what a bullish move.